40,000 years ago, humanity constructed a fleet of ark ships and fled the dying Earth. Traveling near light speed, these ships were capable of crossing vast distances within the span of just a few generations. They sought only one thing: to find a new home among the stars. Many of these ships were lost in the void of space, but the fortunate few discovered habitable worlds in the Centauri cluster. Over the course of 25,000 years, these human settlers have flourished and evolved into thousands of alien cultures and advanced civilizations. They are known as the Celestials. But lost ark ships carrying humans from the 23rd century continue to arrive in the cluster, even now. Upon arrival, the passengers of these ships are assigned protected worlds, where they take shelter from a universe that has long since left them behind. They are the relics of a bygone age, living in the shadow of their own legacy. They have no future. In the scheme of history, they will almost certainly be forgotten. That was the back cover text from the new science fiction tabletop role-playing game from Wizards of the Coast. I'm Matt, and we are Dice Geeks. Has D&D abandoned fantasy for science fiction? No, but Wizards has gone all in on a new property called Exodus, and I have this beautiful book to prove it. You see, several years ago, then Wizards CEO Chris Cox poured tons of money into the formation of a new company, Archetype Entertainment, with the purpose of creating a AAA video game. He brought in the creators behind Baldur's Gate and Mass Effect and gave them what is seemingly a blank check, and the result is Exodus. You've been watching some of the early released footage from the video game. But this new property has gone beyond a video game. There is a 900-page novel by author Peter F. Hamilton. There are episodes of the Amazon Prime show Secret Level set in the Exodus universe. Voiceovers feature Matthew McConaughey. And now there's a tabletop role-playing game and even an actual play show here on YouTube. I've been following the development of the Exodus video game for a while because I'm a sucker for all things science fiction. I joined their email list, and a few months ago, when I saw there was going to be a TTRPG, I threw my money at them instantly. Now I have it in my hands. I assumed the role-playing game would be very similar to D&D, which it is. This makes sense because developing an entirely new RPG rule set is a massive undertaking. There are the familiar ability scores, origins instead of backgrounds, as well as classes, hit points, and armor class. Tests are resolved by rolling a d20 plus modifier, just like D&D. However, the system has been pared down and simplified somewhat. I'm still reading the book, so I may do a more comprehensive look into the system in another video. Let me know in the comments below if you would like that. So just quickly, the only playable species is human, because every civilization in Exodus is human-based, even though some have evolved into nearly unrecognizable aliens. You select an origin, either an archaeologist, criminal, detective, grifter, hotshot, inventor, soldier, or spy. Then you become what is called a traveler, and you select your class from these four: a cataphract, which controls mechs, a daemon, which is bonded with a mysterious being, a prodigy that uses ancient tech, a ranger that has a loyal, awakened animal companion. I love archaeology and I love awakened animals. I even put them in my novel. I already know I'm making an archaeologist ranger. But what sealed the deal is there's an illustration in the rulebook of a ranger riding a giant awakened frog. I'm so in. That's my character right there. Another key aspect of Exodus is time dilation. It's going to play a huge part in the video game, and it's included in the tabletop game as well. When a traveler leaves on a mission, only a few days or a week may pass for them, but they return to find a decade or more has passed for their loved ones. The tabletop game provides mechanics for playing this out. A world of great role-playing opportunities has been opened. Time dilation stories work best when the tragic element is emphasized. Staying young while your spouse or children grow old is heartbreaking. Imagine the scenes you could have with a player character who meets their son, now 30 years older than them. As I mentioned, there's a lot more here, including gear and skills, but I'm still reading the book. What astonishes me is the amount of lore and the depth to which they've created the fictional universe of Exodus. It will be fascinating to see how the video game is received when it launches. Everything hinges on that being a success. If you want to buy the tabletop game, you'd better hurry. They're only selling it on the Exodus website. I've provided links below. Also, you'll find a link to my newsletter, the Dice Geeks Insider. Subscribe for GM tips, RPG news, and more Exodus coverage. Keep gaming.